A good Erev Shabbos, everyone. It's Erev Shabbos, Parshas Mattos, Masei, Rosh Chodesh Av, the beginning of the 9 days. I just want to share a small machshava, a small thought that perhaps will help us get through the next 9 days. There was unfortunately a woman who gave birth to a child, and right after she gave birth, the woman died. She was beloved to her husband, and with that dedication of doing this for his wife, he raised a very beautiful son. Every year on the yard site, he taught his son how to say Kaddish, but the boy was a regular boy. As beautiful as he was a kid. And he learned how to say Kaddish. He knew that he was saying Kaddish for his mother. But like a boy, he got distracted. And this happened when he was 9, when he was 10, when he was 11, when he was 12. The father expected his bar mitzvah. He was now becoming more mature. When he said yard site, when he said Kaddish that year, it was going to be amazing. And it was Kaddish. And at 14 and at 15, and he used to tell his son, what are you doing? It's your yard site for your beloved mother. And one year the kid looks at the father and he says, look, Daddy, I understand how you feel, but I never knew Mommy. Every year we come around to the yard site of the Churban bias, of destruction of the temple, of that moment of disconnection between us and the Beis HaMikdash and the temple, a wall that got erected between us and God, which we have been seeing different manifestations of as every year goes on. And it becomes harder and harder as generations go on to really feel that sense of mourning, that sense of any kind of pain. Because we didn't know Mommy. So what's the solution? What do we tell that dad to tell his kid that he should feel something about the Kaddish that he's saying? Teach him about Mommy. Show him pictures about Mommy. Tell him about what life was like with Mommy. Tell him about how awesome Mommy was and how full life was when Mommy was alive. You know, my friends, we can't just say we don't feel, we didn't know the Beis HaMikdash. We didn't know anything in our history. We didn't experience anything. For many of us, we didn't experience the Holocaust. We came afterwards. And nowadays, so many of us have become disconnected from Eretz Yisrael. Not our fault. One of the byproducts of Corona. But Eretz Yisrael has become a place, it's almost like I wish I could go, but I don't see how I'm going to get in there. So what should we do? Get to know Mommy. Get to know Mommy. Look at pictures. Talk about what life was like when Mommy was alive. Read articles. Think, contemplate. Build up that sense of desire for Yerushalayim, for Eretz Yisrael, for the Beis HaMikdash. Build up that sense of longing, which is really technically easier for us now because it's taken away from us. Do the things we need to do so that when Tisha B'Av comes, we feel that sense of loss. And we can dedicate ourselves to fixing, to rebuilding. Shabbos, this Shabbos. First day of the 9 days. Not allowed to mourn on Shabbos. Not asking to mourn. Take out a book in Yerushalayim and look at pictures. Look at previous trips you took to Yerushalayim and look at pictures. And imagine what it would be like to spend this Shabbos at the Kaisel, to spend this Shabbos in Eretz Yisrael, to spend this Shabbos, maybe even in the Beis HaMikdash. Sunday, sit down at your computer and type in the words longing for Jerusalem. Type in the words Beis HaMikdash in the times of Mashiach. Monday, Tuesday, go to the Kotel Camp and sit and look at the Kaisel. Do something to get to know Mami. Spend these 9 days in a positive place. 8 of those days dedicating yourself to learning about Mami. So on Mami's yard site, on Tisha B'Av, you won't have to work at feeling something. Because I knew Mami. I knew how valuable she was. I knew how beautiful she was. I knew how important she was in my life. Now I can feel the distance and separation. And it'll just come naturally. We live in a time of so much anti-Semitism, in a time of so much Jewish denial. We're afraid to confront and to understand the world is changing, and the world's attitude to the Jews are changing. And maybe it's time for us to look at history and understand what's happened to us so that we can make the proper and appropriate decisions for what our future should look like. Our future as a people and our future as individuals. Spend these days getting to know Mami. And it'll bring an incredible value and meaning to your life. Tisha B'Av will be a different Tisha B'Av. And if Tisha B'Av is a different Tisha B'Av, so then the days that follow will also be richer and fuller. And perhaps we'll even pick up a different direction. There's a beautiful meme going around that Pesach wasn't Pesach. Shavuos wasn't Shavuos because of all the corona and all the things for the past 2 years. Pesach wasn't regular. Shavuos wasn't regular. Sukkot wasn't regular. Halavai, Tisha B'Av shouldn't be regular either. And then instead of sitting on the floor and crying, it should be a day of rejoicing, of a yontif, a day where we know Mami, and we know what Mami means to us, and a day where we pine away to get reunited with her. We should know as a people from No More Tsar, as individuals from No More Tsar, from no more pain. And we should be zocha, we should merit to see the rebuilding of the Beis HaMikdash b'mheira v'yameinu, quickly, speedily in our days, and that all of our pain and all of our sorrow should be turned to joy and should be turned to rejoicing, and that we get reunited together as a family. A family of Jews, a family that's part of a world of peace, and that all the suffering should give rise to an understanding and a connection and a dissolution of that wall that exists between us and the Master of the universe. Tears should be wiped off our faces, and joy and happiness should replace them. Have a beautiful, amazing, wonderful Shabbos.